Hi everybody, and welcome to AARC's Big Ideas Theater. I'm your host, Ed Highland, and I've got the honor now of being joined by Sharman Lamka, who's the president of the Faces Foundation. Sharman, thank you so much for coming by and joining us. Tell us a little bit about the foundation.
Okay. The Faces Foundation stands for Family and Caregiver Education and Support in the area of pulmonary illnesses and diseases of the lungs. My husband, Phil Lamka, passed away from complications of an interstitial lung disease in 2005. And so I needed to make sense out of it. So it was initially started to kind of help me with my grief, and I didn't know what a respiratory therapist did. And I learned through our journey that they were the ones that taught me the clumping method that they use on cystic fibrosis children to break up the congestion. They're the ones that scoured the hospital for a mask that would be easier for him to breathe. And they were the ones that held my hand at his last moments of his life. So I learned that the respiratory therapist is with us from the day we're born to the day we die, and all those breathing challenges in between.
Well, part of his legacy, I believe, is the award you're holding right there, the Phil Award. Tell us more about it.
This is the signature program, the Phil Award, standing for Pulmonary Health and Illnesses of the Lungs, and it is the only national-based, hospital-based recognition program for respiratory therapists that honors respiratory therapists as nominated by patients, family members, and other caregivers. And this is our little Emmy of the respiratory profession. This figure back here is the respiratory therapist. Obviously, when the butterfly's wings are open, that's the lungs. So you, the respiratory therapist, have our lungs in your hands, and you're giving us the freedom to breathe. So hospitals sign on to this program, they become partners, and they have their own committee that selects nominations from patients and family members, and they select one respiratory therapist a year to receive this honor. And the respiratory therapist receives this, plus they receive a signed certificate, and we believe in education. So we pay for their registration to that year's state respiratory conference.
That's fantastic. Beautiful award and quite an honor, I'm sure. How many hospitals are involved in the program now?
We have 17 states right now and over 55 hospitals.
That's quite, and you've done this over the last 10 years?
Last 10 years.
Wow,
and
quite
it is,
rapid growth.
It is, and it's a nonprofit, and it helps hospitals retain, recognize, and recruit outstanding respiratory therapists, and it engages the respiratory therapists, which helps with the patient satisfaction and increases those scores for the hospital.
Tell us more about your association with AARC.
The AARC has just been wonderful to me. We are going after the same thing. We believe in respiratory therapists. We recognize the fact that respiratory therapists are heroes, but not always recognized as such. So I'm out there doing PR for that. I believe in education, and the state associations are very important to us. I do a lot of speaking at the state associations, which are part of the AARC, and it's a way for me to connect. It's a way to connect to students, to tell them how important the profession they're getting into is. So there is a synergy, and also, especially if you look at the patient advocacy summit that's done here now, AARC believes in that communication between patients and that relationship and the respiratory therapist, and that's what we're all about.
And you're kind of a rock star now with AARC. I mean, the front cover of the Times, and now you're getting some chances to talk to people in hospitals and the respiratory therapists themselves here.
It's very exciting, and as I said, all it does is spread the word and makes people know, hey, I know what a respiratory therapist is. And I always say, if you're in a hospital, go up to them and say thank you, because not enough people do.
Look, if we can take advantage of this platform, which is going out on the web, maybe if there's a way, should they just look you up on the web to, maybe it's an RT or a physician, someone like their hospital to get involved, just look you up on the web?
Absolutely. They can go to thefacesfoundation.org, or they can go to Facebook, the Faces Foundation, and they'll tell you how to contact me.
Faces on Facebook, how appropriate.
I know.
Sharman, thank you so much for coming by and sharing with us.
I appreciate the opportunity.
This is the Big Ideas Theater at AARC.